What's up, guys? 80s here. So I'm going to be talking about week 3 IB League, what you should upgrade and why we should be upgrading them. This is more of a beginner's guide, but it's also just fundamentals that apply in almost every aspect of the game. Now, this is week 3. This is going to apply for week 4. I'm going to do it for probably week 3 and 4. What do we want to upgrade and why? Now, I see a lot of people when I battle them, they put skills on the first team and the second team. Now, I'm going to explain why that's not a good idea. We're at the point where this main team could easily beat all 3 of my other teams without question. It won't even be close because I have 50 more points. We'll spend those in a little bit. I'll have a maxed out death breath. I might have maxed out energy suppression, resist, auras, whatever, right? So the main team's getting so strong that multiple weak teams cannot beat it. And that alone is why we would upgrade only skills in the main. Now, what skills are most important? And why do I have what I have? Now, there's a few ways to build your mage, and I've talked about it in the past. You can go chase with death breath max. You can go full concentration with death breath. Those are the 2 kind of variations you have access to. Now, why did I go level 8 fighting will? The reason is at level 1, it only has a 13% chance to activate, but at level 8, it has a 45% chance to activate. And you're hitting 4 targets, which means you have a very, very good chance of rooting 2 of them. And this activates multiple times per round if they get low. So if they drop 20%, it activates. They drop down to 60%, they activate, drop to 40%, and down to 20. So it can activate 4 times, which I find extremely valuable. I also leveled energy suppression to 6 so that I'd have a slight priority. Now, I do want to mention that there is no one perfect way to make these teams because there's only so much you can do. You can pick a theme, and I think a theme is the best way to be effective in these early rounds. And one theme could be is to max energy suppression and rage blessing to get off your ultimates first. If you have level 8 energy suppression and level 8 rage blessing, you will be going first, assuming they don't also have it, because there's no escape here. No escape is not in this format, which makes it more powerful. But then everyone has a max mage with side assist. Well, maybe resist is better, right? And we can't do them all in week 3. It is something you can adapt for week 4, but to each their own. Now, if you went with a slightly different setup and you went something like this, just assume these are maxed out, you might want to be maxing weakness, and this would increase your chance to crit them. It decreases their resilience rate, which in turn gives you higher crit chance. This would also be another way to build it. You could go maxed on weakness. Now, the next thing you have to consider as you're maxing things is what I'm maxing going to work on my other teams. So we open the water setup. And if you watched my last video, you saw that it's very similar, if not the same. And here, I use just as an example, but you can have death breath here, of course, which would be better. And you're gonna see, well, is it good here? Do I want to go weakness and go crit if I'm also gonna be maybe using water, right? And then you have to consider here also, well, what if I'm trying to counter water? Do I really want to have a con team with weakness? And if your answer is no, well, then that might not be the best play for a week like this. So that begs the question, what exactly do we upgrade? Okay, jumping into the talent tree. We do want concentration maxed. It's very, very key skill in these early weeks. I also need my death breath maxed. So I'm gonna max that out right now. So I have 25 points remaining. And I have a few options. And what I really want is to go first. I want to have priority in the fight. I want my energy regen to be as fast as possible. That's why I'm making it 8, so I have 4 points left. And then I can get 1 more point on energy suppression. So let's go look at what this looks like when it's all done. So here we have the build. I have level 7 energy suppression, level 8 rage blessing. This is almost guaranteed to get me going first, and then fighting will at 8, and then my mage is maxed. And this to me is a great week 3 build. Now, when we're thinking about week 4, we're gonna really want to start beefing up our defenses. We want to get resist because there's mages in the game. We might want malice if we want to counter the crit possibility, and we might want to get weakness to increase that crit damage so that we can, you know, crit the enemies more. And that's what the builds are going to look like for the next 2 weeks. I'll keep you guys updated every 2 weeks or so because there's not a ton that changes week to week. But if you want, here's all 3 builds. They're very similar. You can adapt them as you like. I did an example in the last video. You can put resist, you can put war blessing, you can put defense blessing. They are all good. It's really up to each person what they want to do, and the most important thing is that you're critically thinking about why you're doing it. But yeah, I hope you learned something in this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment. I'll catch you guys in the next one.